In this video, we're going to be taking a look at solving rational equations. All right, the first thing we're going to do is figure out what our least common denominator is going to be. That way we can multiply through by that least common denominator and remove all of the fractions so that the equation is easier to solve. So we're going to take a look at both of the denominators. It is x plus 4, so then our least common denominator is going to be an x plus 4. Now at the same time we're also going to be looking at our restrictions. All right, since this is a rational equation, I've got some division in here, and we're not allowed to divide by 0. So we're going to take a look at what would make these denominators 0, and we're going to make sure and mark that it is a restriction. So in this case, x cannot equal -4, because if x is -4, -4 plus 4 would be 0. That would be producing a division by 0, and that's not allowed. So we want to go ahead and put that down here at the beginning before we get started. Once we solve, then, if we would solve the equation and come up with x equals a -4, we would know that right off the bat that we have to throw that answer out because it is a restriction. So we're going to use that least common denominator. We're going to come over here to the original equation, and then we're going to multiply by that x plus 4. I have a tendency to write it up high so that I remember it is in the numerator. So I don't do over 1. I just write it high to remember it is in the numerator. And then we're going to be distributing that to all 3 locations. Okay, so when we distribute to this first one, this x plus 4 is in the top, this one's in the bottom. They're going to cross out. I'm going to be left with a 2. All right, in the second one, when I distribute here, x plus 4 is in the top, x plus 4 is in the bottom. They're going to cross out. I'm going to be left with just a 4. And then I'm going to multiply x plus 4 times 1, so it's just going to be itself, so we'll have an x plus 4. All right, now, if you multiply through by that least common denominator and all the fractions go away, then you know you have done that correctly. So now I'm going to combine some like terms here. We'll have 2 equals 8 plus x. We'll go ahead and subtract 8 from both sides. So that would be a -8 and a -8. And then that's going to give us a -6 is equal to x there. All right, now technically you should probably go through a check just to make sure that this is going to actually solve the equation, because we can't have extraneous roots beyond just the restrictions here. So I'm going to do 2 over a -6 plus a 4. Is that equal to 4 over a -6 plus 4, and then plus 1. All right, this will be a -2. That makes this side a -1. All right, is that equal to? This will be a -2, which would make this a -2 plus 1. -2 plus 1 is -1. So then, yes, -1 does equal -1. So a solution of x equals -6 is definitely a solution. So you should just always go through that check just to make sure that it really does make the equation true. Definitely thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, please share with your friends so they can benefit too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.